This one.
Welcome to Tales from the Tips. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Bring your own foursome. Join us. Drop us and leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. You can find every episode where you get your favorite podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and also available on the Odyssey app. Just head to the Google Play or iPhone store and download Tales from the Tips. I'm DA. He's Mick the Caddy.
That's me.
15-year tour caddy. We like to look at this and talk about it from a little bit of a different perspective, wouldn't you say?
Very, very, very much so.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's grip it and rip it. So, I mean, this episode is just a hodgepodge of I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, me either.
We found her. She's been hiding. I know, like last week when we did our podcast, we kind of made fun of her. I think she heard about it.
She's smiling.
Kim, the executive producer, is back.
I heard about it. It wasn't my fault.
It's funny. It's not my fault. She knows when we're recording.
No, you dropped that. It was like a last-minute drop on the calendar. I had already had something on there. It's not my fault.
Every 2 weeks.
Check my calendar too.
Check.
She just
Thursdays we're recording, and she's now saying we're just dropping it on her calendar. Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, like
That one was. Don't blame me for this. I'm here now. You should be happy.
We had to text you to get here.
we had to text you today to get here.
You were nowhere to be.
The funny part is we talked about this Sunday night. So
Ooh.
Okay, so by the way, after your mulligan that you didn't take a couple weeks ago, you're now leading, by the way.
Oh, our football?
Yeah. You are you're whopping 10-13. I'm 9-14. I have to say I'm glad you're leading because the Eagles, who you have, beat that team from New Orleans. We're not going to talk about the Swampers as some people say. Dallas absolutely went to hell in a handbasket.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, well, not for me on this. But so Sunday night, we had some time together. We were at the Falcons-Chiefs game. We were at least in the building. By the way, Kim was, you know what she was doing?
I was there.
She was looking for you-know-who in the different suites.
Oh,
Swiftie.
Taylor Swift. It wasn't for me. It was for my daughter. I like whenever I meet famous people that she is a fan of, I get a recording for her. So I knew I wasn't going to get that. So I just wanted to get a picture.
So were you just like knocking on every suite, like every door?
I did walk around.
Okay, so this is the funny part. So I'm standing with her and then one of our on-air hosts with V103 back here in the Atlanta area. And these two are Swifties to the nth degree, right?
I'm not really the Swiftie. I do it for my daughter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I'm sitting there, and they're literally trying to tell me that they're going to show Taylor up on the video board inside of Mercedes-Benz.
No chance.
Not a chance in the world.
No chance. We're not going to feed into that.
They're like, well, you know who she is. And I'm like, yeah, I know who she is. Well, they're going to put her up there. I'm like, she's the biggest Chiefs fan right now around, and you think we're going to put it up in our home stadium, her up on our board?
You know that about 25% of those tickets sold were because people were going to expecting to see her.
Welcome to the genius marketing of the NFL, right there.
Correct.
Do you know how many Travis Kelce jerseys were in that building?
A lot.
A lot more than the one that actually was on the field, because he didn't do much that night.
He hasn't done anything this year.
No, not yet.
He hasn't done anything this year.
See, I wouldn't know about Travis if I didn't know about Taylor, so at least I know that.
That is the genius marketing of the NFL, right there. And
do you think they're going to get married?
No.
Yes.
Not a chance.
Yeah,
I think
they will.
so.
Yeah, they will.
I think so. They're perfect for each other.
100% they'll get married. 100%.
Not real.
100% get married.
It's not real. There's a check being written.
I just love it.
Stop it.
I just love that I've.
Conspiracy theory. Okay.
I love that I've gotten you guys to spend like at least 90 seconds talking about Taylor Swift.
Well,
Yeah, and it's too long.
We're talking
Stop.
right.
Stop.
Well, we're talking about Sunday night because that was just a debacle in itself at the end.
The game or how much I drank?
Well, you
Well, you
How
put
much
free,
does it take for you to get drunk?
Oh, a lot. But you put free beer and shots in front of me, I'm going to town. Have no fear. I'm going to
gonna
town.
say, I had to remind you that I was hosting a suite of clients and guests.
I was great to them.
You were great.
I was having a great.
You were trying to get me to your level, though.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I got someone else to my level instead.
You did. You did.
Can I mention his name?
Sure.
John Parr.
John.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not difficult.
Yeah. He was having some fun. I got him going.
And thankfully, his wife was there to bail him out of
Oh,
that.
yeah, but I had to listen to all this Michigan garbage when I was there.
Well, hey, listen, edit that, Leo. Edit the garbage part. Just put.
We put that
He
straight in
can't
there.
wait to hear more about Michigan. By the way, great victory against USC over the weekend.
No one cares. And then I got to hang out with you over there, drinking a little bit.
Finally got her out.
I like my Chardonnay.
She does like her Chardonnay with
I-
ice.
With ice.
With ice.
I drink it like an
Chardonnay
old
has
lady.
to be with ice.
You drink it-
She does drink it like an old lady.
So this is, I mean, she has not been on since like episode 1, where she's actually, I think maybe episode 2. She
may have said something.
Yeah, she chimes in every now and then.
I think I just maybe smiled at something that you said funny.
Maybe.
Maybe. That was so long ago, I can't remember.
Okay.
So the Sunday night shenanigans were great.
Sunday night shenanigans were great.
I did leave before the game ended
That's okay.
Because so I could get my $100 Uber fare back to my regular bar.
Surge pricing.
So I could get my Uber back to my regular bar, so I could finish watching the game and drink some more. It was great.
Okay.
Monday was awesome.
So, okay. So we were talking about this before we started recording. You feel the same way after that loss Sunday night as you did the Sunday when we lost against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I hate losing. They both sucked. They both losing. They both lost. How could you? I don't take away. Oh, that was a good game. We nearly won. What does that mean? Do you think Tiger Woods celebrates all these coming seconds? He hates it.
Well, they all do.
Exactly.
I would hope.
You would think.
You would think.
You know.
I literally would say we had 2 opportunities to win it. I'm not going to take the loser mentality of blame it on the refs, but that was
I'll blame that.
awful non-call.
It was a horrible non-call. It was terrible.
Given the fact that the week before the team that ended up winning that game got saved by the same call.
By the same call, yeah.
All right. So
Conspiracy theorist again.
here we go. We're going back on the conspiracy theory.
He loves. You know, we can get onto all these drinking stories and go back to caddying for a second. You know, I only ever caddied once with a hangover. That is that is the truth.
That is the hardest part to believe because we have had more stories about you and drinking.
And you mix. Like you mix beer, shots,
Yeah.
Brown liquor.
Jameson. Oh, last night was tequila. Last night we moved on to
See?
tequila. Tequila and beer last night. Sometimes it's Jameson and beer. Actually, Sunday night it was tequila and beer and then Jameson and beer. I put them all together.
You just mixed them all together. Just
Had a great time.
bring all your friends together.
Had a great time. But no, honestly, I swear, one time I ever caddied, and it wasn't on the PGA Tour, it was the Web.com Tour, and I caddied for an Australian guy by the name of Kim Felton, who we actually won on the Web.com Tour, and nationwide it was at that stage. And we were in Cleveland, and his coach said, look, you guys, you're like 55th in the Web.com Tour, which means we're going to make about $4 when we finish. He's like, just go out and get drunk on Saturday night. Because finished the round
Great
Sunday.
advice.
So we just went and got torched because him and I could put it down. And then we went out it was like the hardest day of my life. Like carrying that bag, like hungover, it's just no fun. And it's hot as it's no fun.
I was just about to say, how hot was it?
But I've got other friends of mine, and Shannon Wallace, I love you to death. Shannon's one of my best friends on tour. Shannon's like 300 pounds. Shannon did this like every second week. He would do this. And it was like, I got a story about him. We were in New Orleans, and it was Tuesday night. He's got a caddy in the Pro-Am in the morning. And he's got to be up at 6:30 in the morning to caddy in this Pro-Am. Well, I'm not in the Pro-Am, but my boy's going to go out and practice. But I go to bed at like midnight. So I'm like, I'm cool. It's only practice day. It's no big deal. Well, Shannon comes walking in the door at 6:17 in the morning. He's got to be up at 6:30. And I'm like, dude, it's 6:17. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I've got to be up in 13 minutes. That's all I need. 13 minutes sleep, I'll be good. I'm ready to roll. So he just lays down. And he just starts snoring like there's no tomorrow. Like nothing. And I'm like, his alarm goes off. He doesn't hear it. So I got to get this big man out of bed. So up I go, like he's semi-naked. And come on, buddy, let's get you in the shower. Like carrying him to the shower. Right?
300-pound man he's carrying to the
True
shower.
story. Get him in the shower. Right, he gets showered up. He's like, he's good to go. I'm good. So he goes out and caddies like all day in New Orleans. It's hot as, pro-am, gets it done. So we go out and practice. I don't see him, but I go back to the hotel and I'm thinking he's in bed for sure. He's got to be sound asleep. Well, he's not there. So I call him. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm in Bourbon Street. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, the fire alarm went off. He goes, I can't sleep. So I just decided to just go out and have a couple of beers. Well, he comes home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Right? So, like, he's just on it again. So, but that's Shannon. And I could tell you so many Shannon stories about that. There was another one in Vegas where he, this was the day of the tournament. He's caddying for Nathan Green from Australia. And they've been together for like 7 or 8 years. They were just fantastic. They worked together great. Greenie was a little bit of a hothead, but he loves Shannon on the bag. So they're like at 7:30 tee time in the morning, and Shannon's not there on the range. Nathan's just on the range hitting balls, doing his own stuff, no caddy, just nothing. And then all of a sudden, Shannon rolls up.
That's not normal, is it?
No.
Your caddy is
that'll
there.
get you fired. That'll normally get you fired. If your caddy doesn't show up and you're on the range hitting balls, you're done pretty much, unless you've been in a car accident or something like that. But Shannon hadn't. Shannon was in Vegas, so he rolls up 10 minutes before his tee time.
Oh.
And he just grabs the bag and starts walking. And I'm in the group with him. We're together. I'm caddying for Greg Owen, and I think John Mellinger was the third guy in the group. And I said to Greenie, Shannon's here. He goes, yeah, it doesn't matter. He's going to do the same terrible job. He's just going to stink worse today. And we get on the 9th hole, which is a par 5. And Shannon's like dying. Dying. He's just inhaled 2 cans of Coke on the previous hole, but he's in agony. I'm asking him. He's like, this is no fun. I'm dying. And the course has a few hills on it too. So we're standing in the middle of the 9th fairway. Greg's got 3-wood in his hand to this par 5, and as he gets to here like this, just on the way down, all you hear is Shannon just with the loudest burp you have ever. That Coke has just come up. I thought he'd thrown up. The sound of it was just like whatever, and like right in the middle of my man's backswing. Oh no! He hits it on the green, and he kind of turns around. He's like, wasn't sure what that was. And John Mellinger, the other guy in the group, is looking at Shannon, and Shannon's like, I couldn't help it. It's like, he just couldn't help it. And this like Greenie is just like looking at his caddy, like just looking at his caddy, like whatever. But yeah, that's Shannon could knock him down with the best of them. Don't worry about that. If we missed a cut together on, and we went out on a Friday night, yeah, we would party hard.
I was gonna say, because Monday was. I've done this for a long time. Monday was a rough day.
I'm still recovering. It's 3 days later. It's not for me anymore. It wasn't hard back in the day, but
it was the ice in the Chardonnay, not the Chardonnay. I don't think that not the level of the Chardonnay that was consumed.
I was the only one pouring shots for everybody though, so I did good.
You were a good guest bartender.
I was a good bartender.
I should fire my other guest bartenders and just hire you.
Oh yeah. I don't think work would be too thrilled if I took every Sunday off, but
that's all right.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna? There's only 6 more games at home this year, so we'll be all right.
Oh, that's kind of sad. It's a lot of fun.
It's still over 3 months.
Yeah, but it's only 6 times.
It was a lot of fun. But I can also tell you a story about
times. I'll add one more. Thanks to the NFL, we'll add another one.
I could tell you a story about a golfer that I caddied for who actually drank during a round of golf.
Oh, I got to hear this because that's not loud.
No.
That.
Now I'm not going to tell you his name.
No, please.
I'm not going to tell you his name.
We don't need anyone in trouble.
I'm curious how he got away with it.
I'm not going to tell
you. Unless the statute of limitations is up.
I'm not going to tell you his name. Well, look, I'll have him on the show.
Okay.
But I'll ask you beforehand.
Okay.
But we were on the tour, and he decided he wasn't having a very good year.
Where are we at? What city are we in?
In Orlando, but the tournament wasn't in Orlando. So... someone who lived in Orlando. But anyway, he calls me and says, hey, look, I've been out practicing and playing. I'm doing great. I feel like I play better when I've been drinking. I'm like, what? He goes, I feel like I'd be better if I'm got catch a little buzz. I've been playing also.
That's what you've said about this podcast. You said...
he was playing. I thought you meant he was a caddy drunk.
No, he was a player.
Oh.
He's playing.
He's playing.
Which, by the way, both either way, not allowed.
Well, no. Now, I've seen caddies have a couple of beers during the pro-ams and things like that.
Well, but that's practice round.
Yeah, but normally that's not... unless you've got a cool player who says, yeah, I don't care if you have a beer, whatever, it's practice round. But this was in a tournament. Now, it wasn't a PGA tour, it was a web.com.
This isn't your scramble over at the TPC
No.
at Sugarloaf. This is
No.
a PGA Tour event.
Yeah, well, this was a nationwide tour event.
Okay.
And he says to me, look, I have been playing at home and I play better when I've had a couple drinks. So we're going to have some in the bag. So we had a bottle of water, which was on this side,
Yep.
and we had the special water, which was on the other side.
Special water?
Which was vodka.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I thought
Which
it was
vo-
apple juice.
Which was vodka. And so during the round, we got to about the 6th or 7th hole, and he's like, I need a water. So, let me try the special water. Wash it down with some water, and that's the way we went for about 2 or 3 days on that golf course. That's what we did. It was only one tournament.
special water.
We had special water, but he did play a lot. He did
And
play a little
nobody
bit better.
smelled it?
What's that?
Nobody smelled
No,
it?
no one smelled it.
Wow.
It was just happened off to the side. He'd have a drink, and then we'd go away.
Special water.
Yeah, I never thought I'd tell that story, but I'm not going to give the player's name up yet.
No. But that
My kids used to sneak special water into festivals when they weren't supposed to. So I know how special water works.
I've had special
where they get-
water on a lot of golf courses.
I wonder where they get that from.
Chardonnay with ice.
So this is just a deep sigh over there. But yeah, no, Monday was a little rough at work. I must.
So okay, I'm going back to what you said though.
Mm-hmm.
You said you've only one time.
One time.
You're telling me after after Will hit
Yeah.
the hole-in-one at TPC, and you guys went and got blitzed.
No, I wouldn't say blitzed. I mean, we probably had 7 or 8 beers. That's
You guys shot 83 the next
Yeah,
day.
but I mean, I don't room with him. I wasn't staying with him. I don't know where he went after we had those beers. He may have gone out with some friends and had some beers. I was with my second ex-wife. I don't know, one of them. Family. It's a lot of
Well
ex-wives.
documented.
Well documented.
There's 3.
Another story.
There's
3.
3.
So,
I've only had one wife, and I only have one wife. She still. I'm until this
Here we go.
podcast. She
Go
may
on.
kick me into the side, but other than
Here
that,
we go. Tell her how much you love her. Go on.
I just know she's wonderful. She's
Okay, that's enough.
yeah. Okay.
Good.
Hi, honey.
No, only one time. So, and I'm talking now. Have I ever been like maybe a little bit on edge? Like, probably had one beer too many last night. Yeah, maybe, but not like I got up, like I woke up this morning and went, oh, I'm not doing that.
I mean, yeah.
And the one time I did it, I said I was with Kim Felton. We're in Cleveland. He hit a ball in the water in one hole, and so I grab another ball out and just throw it on the ground, like not even thinking. He's like, "Dude, this isn't a practice round. I actually have to take a drop." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry." Like, I just threw it on the ground like he was going to hit it.
you were that hungover.
Oh yeah, I was out of it completely. Yeah, we may have had 2 hours sleep. And for an early morning tea time, that's not.
So do you get to expense your beverages or
No.
No.
No. Well, if you're with a good guy, if you're out with your player, they'll usually pick up the
You know,
check.
the funny part is if she would have listened to episode 6, she would have known that we talked about your financial well-being of the.
Yeah.
Well,
Caddy.
She turns up.
I know.
It's like Haley's.
I am
once a
trying
month.
to help those listeners that may have not heard
So tune
episode
into
6
episode 6.
either.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's like radio. You've got to repeat yourself in case you missed part of the audience.
Oh, we're going with frequency now.
What is a radio show?
Yeah, we're on a podcast.
It's a podcast, though.
Just listen to this episode 3 times in a row.
and then you'll be good.
That or you'll be sick of us at this point.
No, well, I'm glad you're on there today. Though it's nice.
You know, you did threaten me that you were going to take this one over because I couldn't speak Sunday night.
Yeah, I was going to take this over. I was making some bold statements on Sunday night.
You made a few. You threatened that you were going to do the lead-in, the intro.
Yep.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You were
And
going to.
you were encouraging, by the way.
Well, because I thought, why not? If you're offering, go for it.
So
I wasn't offering anything.
You couldn't talk.
Well, that's true.
So I guess I'm going to have to take over and do this now because I've made such a bold statement.
No, I'm just saying. I just found it funny that you were pretty adamant that because you've said it to me a couple times now, so I wasn't going to bring this up, but since we're here, you've got I'm gonna do the open. Like, you don't need to do the open. You're here to tell all the tales. That's part of the
Because then you won't get to do anything.
right. I have nothing to add.
You could tell
That's
us.
not true. That's not true.
No, seriously. Like these are.
He's told one golf. He's told one golf story.
I have. I
You
did.
have-
I
yeah, but
I
you
talked about Chi Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's told one guy. He's told one
Good
golf
stories.
Yeah,
That was good.
I mean, we had
One.
I
well,
have zero golf
I
stories.
probably have a
Oh,
lot.
we will. We will.
Oh, we're gonna have
because
golf
we're going to
stories.
take you out golfing.
By the way, yeah. So the funny part is, I played with a woman yesterday during the. We were out in a golf outing here locally here in Atlanta yesterday.
I missed
TPC Sugarloaf. By the way.
Must have missed that invite.
Well, you weren't invited. You're not a corporate partner of
Oh, here we go.
this organization.
Little brag right there.
Yeah.
Was it?
No, not humble brag. Yes.
Yes.
No. Seriously. So I'm out, and this was. I mean, I will say they TPC Sugarloaf right now, for as dry as Atlanta has been, is in amazing and immaculate shape. As a matter of fact, you could tell that they probably punched the greens about 3-4 weeks ago. But for the most part, this course is green, immaculate, lush, just like as pure as it gets.
All right, just an FYI, it's not a paid endorsement. Okay, keep
It is
going.
not. No, I'm just saying.
Sounds like it.
Fantastic job, by the way, by the superintendent. If you guys ever want to have us back out.
Well, let me give you a little story about TP that golf course.
Yeah.
It's the hardest golf course I've ever walked,
Oh, I could see that.
including Castle Pines.
Oh,
In
see,
Colorado.
now that's the part I don't know if I believe, because Castle Pines is, I mean, those hills, and then you've got altitude, because it's not like you train at altitude. You do a lot of training, like me. But
He's shaming me now.
I'm just taking shots today. Shots like you were the other night.
Yeah,
shots.
different shots.
Different shots.
All right, come on, go back to your endorsement.
So I was playing with this wonderful woman, and she doesn't play, by the way. She rolled up nice black tights, black shirt, puffy master's coat, and I was just like, whoa, okay,
90
no
degrees.
clubs, no none. But she's playing.
What sort of whoa was that? Was it like whoa or whoa?
No, I was like, no, it was like, it's 95 degrees out.
It was a little
I
tough.
was standing there sweating yesterday. And so we're playing. She drops a birdie putt for us after 2 lessons.
We should have her on the show.
I'm going to say,
There's hope for you.
If there's hope for you, and we're going to get you out there.
I'm just telling
I
you.
have a lot of tales about golf outings in general, just from the amount that I play out there.
Oh, yeah, I've
But-
probably got a few too from pro-ams that I've been in with people who think that they should be on tour or people who have no idea what they're doing on the golf course. And then you get the 2 handicap who comes out and plays in a pro-am who thinks he's going to beat the pro. They were always the fun ones. They were always the ones that made me laugh. You know,
Did you mess with them?
completely.
I
Completely.
would totally mess with them.
Completely. Like, you know, oh, look, I just hit it 20 past your pro. I'm like, yeah, you're also playing 3 tees further down. But if you want to go back and play for 1,000 a hole, let's go.
Go back to the
I got
tips.
you, buddy. I got you. Let's go play 1,000 a hole.
Yeah.
I'll see how good you are. Nah. Annoying people.
Have you ever really won bets that way?
Yeah, I actually won a bet at TPC Scottsdale on the 16th hole there. I was caddying for Brendan de Jong, President's Cup player.
President's guy, yeah, as a matter of fact, and now on the
Yeah.
PGA Tour radio.
Yeah, great guy.
Brendan.
Yeah, he had a caddy that couldn't caddy for a couple of events, so I caddied there and at Pebble Beach for him. And we finished like 15th or something at Scottsdale. But as I'm walking onto that tee, there's a guy above me who's like, hey, I bet your guy can't hit the green. I'm like, closest to the pin, what, 50? 50. And Brendan hits it to like 3 feet. So as I'm walking off the tee, this guy's just showering $5 bills down on top of me. And Brendan turns around and goes, what is that? I said, well, I just bet you $50 that you would hit closest to the green, closest to the pin. And that's because that, you know what that hole's like. That hole is raw.
Oh, that place is-
Yeah.
that-
So, yeah, I won $50 just standing on that
One
tee.
of the best golf tournaments I've ever been to in my entire life.
Yeah, it's got a little bit out of hand now.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
But it was. It's amazing. That place is
yeah.
just
we were out there.
crazy.
We were out there for the Super Bowl back in 2015.
yeah, crazy.
And got a chance to go out there on that Saturday. But insane.
Yeah, absolutely nuts.
Best atmosphere though at a golf tournament I've ever been at.
So
At a PGA Tour.
Saw one of the best fist fights I've ever seen in the crowd there ever at that tournament.
I could
Yeah.
imagine that. I could imagine that.
I was at the back of the range. I was hitting balls. I was with Trip Eisenhower and VJ Singh were at the back of the green there. And then this party of group guys just come past and they were yelling at each other. And all of a sudden there was like 10 guys just going at it. And we were just standing there on the range going, wow, this is
fun.
This is quite the golf tournament.
This is fun. Well, thank you for joining us finally.
Special
Yes,
guest
I'm glad
appearance.
I could grace you with my presence.
So are we. You're much better to look at than him.
Well, with,
No offense.
with
I
that,
didn't mention you, Leah.
thanks for teeing it up with us. New episodes drop weekly. Hope your drives are straight, your putts are short, and your scores are low as we tee it up on Tales from the Tips. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.